Hi, 29th of June. Just an update here on liquidity in the crypto sectors. First, just going to have a quick look over the last couple of weeks at Bitcoin. We can see that Bitcoin's come through with this quite heavy period. Red is selling. The thickest line is closest to the surface, using 8 moving average periods, and the thinnest line is 1600 periods at the moment. All of this is adjustable within our indicators. And down below we've got the irregular liquidity here, and it's amortized over 15 periods, looking at 3 trading weeks. So it's very good for tickers that are traded during the week, but also to spread out weekend trading in the futures market. Just evens it out so you lose the anomalies. Again, in the red is selling, and green down below the line is buying, and this is about the 50% line, so it gives us a good idea whether people are buying or selling. We can see during this period from the middle of June we've started to have buying here. We're in one of the American indexes, Coinbase, and we can see it's had some strong buying here, and some price appreciation. And here we've got something odd happening here. We can see that we've got some selling up here, and quite heavy selling, yet the price is still rising. So what's happening there? And it's in both of them. We've got some pre-organized groupings here of indexes. So this one at the moment is set to the Bitcoin futures. So it's got 8 different futures in it, being Capital.com, it's got CBOE, it has the Binance, and we put all those together. It does also have this Coinbase, this American one, and it moderates out where the market is, where it moderates it out so we can see really where things are buying. And if we have a look at this, we've had a really strong buying period during Saturday day, really strong, and that has flowed through, and it's sort of overridden a weaker trade within Coinbase. I don't know why Coinbase is particularly weaker. I do believe they are a leading company as a group. Coin is very, very strong. It's been the leading of the crypto tickers, listed securities on the New York Stock Exchange. So maybe this is it's one of those times when it's probably worth being hedged. Let's just go and have a look at those couple of tickers. So here we're looking at Mara. We don't need to look at these futures, they relate to Bitcoin. Here we look at Mara. Mara has gone through this bottoming period in April, and we've seen strong buying, a lot of it coincidental with the hedging, until we're sort of topped up here in around May the 25th, May the 27th. And then it's really, if we look at it, we're well above the line here. We've got strong selling in the market here. We can see the red going through here, and we've really just started to dip down here again, and we've got some price going north. A lot of the influence here has been the IWM, and it's stalled, but it's starting to get back into gear. Now let's go back through to Coin. Now I think Coin is the leading indicator at the moment in the crypto space, and I think that's because Coinbase seem to know the inside. They seem to know what the government's doing. That's my conspiracy theory, and I'm going to stick to it. But you can see here we've had a really strong buying period. We've had price increase. We've had a flat period. We can see the selling within the market here through this flat period, and again it's been buying hard, and it was right. It's quite middling here. We've got some of these surface liquidity is still quite good on Friday, but generally it's risen. It's starting to rise back up to one of these points. It's about here in the way that that market was set. That's very interesting. So let's go behind the market and have a look at those couple of things. So if we're looking here in the back of the market, here we're in Naked Delta's matrix here. We're looking at a open interest matrix here. In the money, I've got a 0.5 delta on, so that I'm hiding here out of the money. At the money is sort of squiggles along this line here. So all these in the money options here are put options, and we can see these furthest out ones here are going to be 1 delta, and these ones around here are going to be 0.5 delta. So we had a lot of strong hedging on Friday come in, and that's when we saw that market pull back. And we also had a lot of out of the money calls opening, or at least the in the money calls rolling out of the money. So we had some profit taking going on. So if we go and have a look at the longer dated We can see right down here, this is the 10th of February. We can see we've had strong hedging in February. We've hit a bit of a base in March. But really, the whole of the hedging hasn't come off until about the 4th or the 7th, and that's when that hedging's really reduced, especially the deep in the money stuff that has the high gamma effects or high vol effects. So we can see then we've had a really good strong period. Then we had this is this flat period we're talking about from about the 15th of May through to about the 6th of June before it's taken off again. And again, it's run into its head here. So at OPEX, we had a whole lot of a whole lot of delta roll off here, option positions taken off, and as that's happened, we've had this great big increase in price. It might pull back. It's going to be an interesting thing. You can see here that it's a little bit toppy, DPI here, a little bit toppy, but it looks pretty good. I would say that we've got a good chance here, unless we get a very fast turnaround in Bitcoin through Sunday in the United States. We've got a really good chance without any big big macro or data points happening over the next 36 hours. That a lot of the hedging that we've seen it here in coin. We saw it in the SPXs, both the weekly and the monthly had heavy hedging compared to the retail ETF. So it'll be interesting to see what happens at the start of the week, whether we're going to see a pullback or all of that those puts are going to get squeezed. Unusual to see the SPX get squeezed. It's usually lots of the smaller traders who aren't in the know, but the fact that Coinbase is also a little bit red, bit of a concern, probably worth making sure you're hedged. If it hasn't moved by Monday evening, have a look at the liquidity again, check in. I'll probably do a little bit of a run tomorrow before the market opens. Anyway, have a good Sunday and a good start to the trading week in Australasia on the 30th of June. Thanks for listening to my little market update.